Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Josh Guillory Show. I am your grateful host. And in studio with me, my main man, Jamie Angel.
What's up, everybody?
What's
going on?
Hey, man, how you doing?
Happy Wednesday. It's hump day.
All day. We got Wellness Wednesday following this episode. Hey, guys, we're pre-recording, but it is Wednesday, October 29th. I got a day job, so I got to go back. I got something to do later on where we would be recording live. But we are still dropping this at the regular scheduled time on Rumble. 3 o'clock, we'll be there 3 to 5, and we're still going to appear to our friends at KLFY Plus and to our audience at 96.5. We're recording from your studios here, KPEL, Brobridge, Lafayette. All right, guys. You like how I did that?
I like how you did that.
I got a little station ID in there.
A little something.
I'm helping Joe and the folks,
Yes,
teamwork. Hey, I'm still looking for an Autopen.
Well,
I got a problem, and the only solution is
some Autopen.
I need some Autopen.
More cowbell, more Autopen.
All right. So CBS News and the Associated Press have reported that House Republicans, this is interesting, though. House Republicans have released a detailed report urging the Department of Justice to investigate President Biden's use of the Autopen during his presidency. Look, this is going somewhere. This is going to go somewhere. Now, I don't know where. Perhaps it makes its way all the way to the courts, to the judiciary. Maybe it makes its way all the way up to the United States Supreme Court, and we get some questions answered. Now, that's going to take a hot minute. That's why rhinos and those on the left and Democrats use the judiciary, because they know. All they have to do is make the accusation. You get the headlines, and then it takes years. And a lot of times what happens is it's nothing, and it is something. They're doing what they said the other person was doing. Oh, and I'm right. So the report, by the way, Comer, he's been busy.
Jimmy
Jims?
Jimmy boy.
Slim
Jim.
Yeah, I could go with that, a little slim. Hey, Slim.
Slim.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I got it.
It's a tall dude, man.
Yeah, I'm with you. He's been busy, though.
Yeah.
But so the report was led by Congressman Comer, who accuses Biden's inner circle of hiding his cognitive decline and potentially allowing aides to approve pardons and executive actions without his direct knowledge. That's I paused there because that whenever the information came out towards the end of his term there, his mental decline, his use of Autopen, that really came out afterwards. And you look at these last-minute pardons, you look at the time frame in which those pardons and how many were done. The number not necessarily what's alarming. It's just everything else that goes into it. The number not being alarming, meaning all the presidents do it. Although they don't do it like he did it, but they all do it. But that's gonna pose a lot of questions. A lot of people of policy experts and constitutional law gurus are gonna have the opportunity to discuss. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. A lot of things have to happen for that to happen. Someone needs to lodge a lawsuit, things like that. Otherwise, it's going to stay in political world, which is okay too, because from political world goes policy, and like President Obama said, elections have
consequences.
That's right. It's like he's here.
Almost. Mitch, Michelle, make me a sandwich.
Whoa! I'll tell you, there's some things that I know has never been said in the Obama household. Go make me a sandwich. Is one of
Not without a few black eyes, probably.
Man, come on. Who would win?
Here we go.
Who would win?
I'm not joining that one.
All right, if it's Mitch, who would win?
Either way, Michelle will win. Mitch,
Michelle. It's okay.
Yeah,
all right.
I ain't trying to fight. No.
All right. So it's straight up Michelle Obama's like,
Right.
All right. I'm oppose it. No, I can't say that about a former first lady. I can't do it.
Don't do it.
I can't do it. I was going to say who would win between her and Kamala Harris, but I'm not going to ask that
We're not
because
doing that. You did that already.
Right? No, I was just saying I was going to ask, but I'm not because Mrs. Obama was never elected. She's a first lady and she served her country, so I'm not going to go there.
Okay.
Now you can speculate.
I ain't speculating nothing.
All right.
I'm jumping out of this one.
Okay, cool. Well, House Republicans, they say their report raises some major questions about who was truly running the Biden White House. Well, those questions have been out there. We didn't need this report for that, but I do believe this report has the opportunity to provide some objective data that even past this current political climate could help us avoid some of the things that we've gotten into. So we'll see here. We'll see. So major questions here. So they've asked, they being the House Republicans, Mr. Comer leading the charge there, they've asked Attorney General Pam Bondi to launch a full investigation echoing a similar review President Trump ordered earlier this year. Now, I got to give this committee some credit here. Says this is a 50-page document.
50.
Hey, that's 50. That's all right.
They need to go, like your office, go paperless.
I love paperless, guys. You can't run from it. There you go. It's right there. I mean, you got to do some things to protect it, but assuming all those things are there, it's so much more efficient. But anywho, to each their own. But I saw a 50-page document. I said, wow. Now, I believe that no bill should be more than 20 pages unless you have certain circumstances, and I think it should be one bill, one issue.
It's a lot of fine print, though.
None of that. Just 20 pages. Here it is. 12.5. All right, we'll do it. 12.5. Blah blah blah. I even give you single space.
14-point font.
That's what I would like.
That's what I prefer.
So, anyway, but 50 pages is not horrible. For a Washington document, 50 pages of this nature, which tells me maybe it is lacking the political stuff. It'll have some in there. Sure, you can't run from that. But let's see. But the 50-page document zeroes in on specifically President Joe Biden's use of the Autopen. Essentially, I mean, I think everybody knows what an Autopen is, but it's, mechanical signature. You can sign 1 to a gazillion documents, whatever the settings allow you to do.
Looks like a 3D printer with a pen.
Yeah, that's a good way of saying it. But the report suggests it might have been used to sign a few more things than just kind of letters. The report says that the pen, the Autopen, this mechanical device, not the president that we the people collectively elected. I did not vote for him. I'm sure a lot of folks did not here, but you never know. But they're saying that Autopen could have been used to sign things like statutes, which means laws. So sign into laws, pardons. There's no case on point in Autopen pardon case. If that's brought to the Supreme, or if that's brought to the judiciary, if it makes its way that direction, or if it makes its way all the way there, I would imagine that would go all the way to the Supreme Court. I would imagine that would be a writ of certiorari. That's the permission to enter the Supreme Court, for lack of better words, because not every case gets to go to the Supreme Court. You got to ask permission. But they like to answer unanswered questions of law. And I think that would be one. Well, we know it is, but I think it would be one that the justices, the judges below them would at least want to tackle, something a little spicy, something a little different.
A little saucy.
How much time we got?
Spice it up. You got about 30 seconds.
Oh, go on with your sauce. I want to hear more about your special.
What? No,
that's what you were about to say, huh?
Adding on to what you said, spicy, saucy.
Okay, we got about probably 15 or 20 seconds. Favorite pepper that you grow in your garden?
Ghost pepper.
Oh, you do say that. I got to get that from you.
Ghost peppers. I got some cayennes. I got some hybrid Tabasco cayenne. I got them all.
I like it. You ever mix them?
Yeah.
All the time.
Got some little hybrids.
I love it. All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We are broadcasting from the KPEL studios. We're also broadcasting on rumble.com. We're dropped at the right time. We're recording on Wednesday, October 29th, but a little earlier, so we can't take calls today.
Hopefully the video uploads in time. By the time we're done.
It went better.
It will. It will be all right.
All right. Okay, so we're talking about Representative Comer over there in Washington, the land of Oz. And he is leading a little group that put down a 50-page report that is asking the Attorney General to investigate the use of President Biden's Autopen, specifically in the areas of issuing pardons, signing laws, signing acts into law or bills into law. So statutes, things like that. I would imagine any official act, not that the use of Autopen is necessarily unlawful. I mean, you can use it to sign letters, things like that. Some administrative tasks that would allow the President of the United States to do more important things on our behalf. I would imagine that. But the question of, can the President of the United States use Autopen to issue a pardon? Let's talk about it. Let's think about it. Definitely pardon is in the Constitution. Autopen is not. But neither is the method in which you issue a pardon. So this is an unknown area.
You're messing with us, man.
I'm not messing with you. Hey, we the people, we get to choose this a little bit, kind of indirectly. We elect folks that appoint folks that get confirmed by other folks.
So in the absence of instruction, like you say a lot, in the absence of law or whatever precedent,
certain things can happen.
Certain things can happen. So because they didn't specifically say to issue a pardon, you must print it out on this parchment, fancy paper, and sign it with a Sharpie.
No, it has to be in a felt from
a quill pen.
Quill pen has to be
a feather.
What'd I say?
Felt. Same. Felt pen. That's a thing.
Yeah, I got felt pens, but not back then. They didn't have felt pens.
No, they had some bird feathers.
You think, like, you would say, okay, all right.
Yeah, it was straight up feather. They pull it out the bird, they'd sharpen the tip of it, and just dip it in the ink.
So check this out. So let me say what you just said differently. So there's three branches of government. when the legislative branch doesn't do something. I'm not going to say doesn't do their job, but just is absent or is silent in writing the law on a certain topic or certain policy, then the other two branches are left with the choice. Do something, don't do something. Well, one branch is tasked with day-to-day, got to make some decisions, okay? The other branch is tasked with taking its time, being methodical, making sure every rock is overturned, every T is crossed, every I is dotted. So where do you want that? And actually, one is proactive, one is reactive. The courts can't unilaterally answer this question. Notice what I had to say. Something has to happen. A lawsuit has to go to court. A case or controversy is what the Constitution would call for. Can't just willy-nilly. The court can't just knock on the legislative branch's door or the executive branch's door and say, hey, y'all are doing this and you should be doing that. They're not a proactive referee. They're a reactive fact finder. I think I'm breaking things.
You didn't need it.
Yeah.
That wasn't your magic water, was it?
No, it wasn't my magic water. It was a mouse.
Oh.
But not one that breathes.
Okay. All right.
Not that I know of. It doesn't look like it does.
I think that was my fault, actually. So.
Well, you wrapped it around my foot?
Probably.
Maybe so I don't go anywhere on the breaks. Guys, I hadn't had a good little streak this week. He's caught me.
Thank goodness we're recording.
Yeah, I can't go anywhere. All right, so let's go back to this little report, though. Or maybe we do have some more thoughts on the Autopen thing, because the courts are going to have to answer this eventually, I would imagine. I don't know if it'll. I don't know. Maybe we can put some policy. What we can do, what President Trump can do right now, and hopefully he is putting some policies in place that the next president can follow or change or tweak, but something objective. Witnesses, for example. Can
I get a witness?
Yeah, notary witness. I mean, it's a president. I know there has to be certain privileges that need to happen. So I get it, but there is an objective way to give accountability. Well said.
Well said.
Kind of just generic, fill in the blanks, but I think the folks understand.
But in this case, though, I think when you have a president who, for all intents and purposes, wasn't really acting as the president.
That his DOJ, his own DOJ, said he was not mentally fit to stand trial. So why is he fit to issue a pardon on through a machine?
I really do think the Congress, maybe the Supreme, folks ought to wake up to that. And now, before it happens again, or before it happens and it's too late, put measures in place to. I don't know if it'd be an acuity test or what, but
well, hold on.
We need
it's
to
in
ensure
place.
That we're.
It's in place.
Is it?
Yes, the 26th Amendment. It's in place.
I hear you, but it didn't work. I mean, Biden was still the president.
No matter what you say, I could be off on that constitutional amendment. I'll find out.
I think it's the 28th Amendment.
No, there's not 28.
Not
27. I think 25th maybe. I don't know. Hey, guess what? It's 20-something.
25th.
Yeah, it is 25th. I was off, not 20. I'm sorry, guys. 25th.
Yeah, we're just pundits.
But it still takes someone doing something, okay? And I want to clarify. It won't be the Supreme Court. It won't be the judiciary, nor should it be. The problem with the judiciary right now, especially federal judges, are these district judges that want to be president. Go run for something. See if you get some votes. I'd love to see it. Love to see you out there debating your policy from the bench that no one can question.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you now, we have oversight. We got congressional oversight. We've got judicial oversight.
Well, we have a constitution. Whether
right.
those elected folks act in accordance with the duties imposed on them within the Constitution is well outside of my control.
Well, let me ask you this question. Does the Constitution provide for enough oversight over the executive branch?
Yes.
Okay. So, I mean, anybody can just go in whenever they want, look at the books, Well, now you're asking what kind, and that's a different question. Well, someone should have full oversight.
Sure. And that's what you're seeing the process unfold. But here's the problem. You're talking to me at the speed of an executive branch / politics, okay? day-to-day, minute-to-minute, nanosecond things change. That's not how it works in the other two branches. The legislative branch is slower than the executive branch by design. They're supposed to actually talk to each other, not just 8 people in Congress making the decisions for the masses, but whatever. At some point, someone's going to be a leader. At some point, someone's going to be a leader. Someone. I mean, we have one in the executive branch. Someone's going to be a leader. I think Speaker John's doing best he can. But I can go on and on. So, all right. Anyway, let's go back to this.
All right.
So, back to Mr. Comer's report. So, the report claims that Biden's aides had orchestrated what the report's calling basically a cover-up. Covered up all this stuff. Cover-up of his declining physical and mental fitness. The report goes on to allege that it allowed government business to continue without his direct oversight, and that is going to be the ultimate question that gives you the accountability that you're asking for and that the people deserve. But that's the question that the court would be called to answer if they choose to answer that, and it's their choice.
I just remember when I was in the military, and one of my responsibilities before I got out was the brigade inspector, the OIP program, the inspection program. Where the IG would come in and basically look at the books, make sure everything's squared like an audit.
Sure.
When you were at LCG, there was an audit every year.
Very political.
Yeah. But we don't necessarily see that on the federal side when it comes to the executive. Like, we don't see someone going in, observing what's happening there, taking notes. Maybe had we had some sort of system like that in place, we wouldn't have ended up with the Biden, soup sandwich we had.
That's a very good question. Let's take an early little break. Can we do that on pre-record?
It's
going to mess you up?
an on-time break.
Okay, well, how much seconds do I have?
About 20.
Oh, I was close. Well, we can hang out for 20 minutes, 20 seconds.
20 seconds. No, we can go to break, but it is a legitimate question.
So look, this is what we're going to do. When we come back from break, Jamie's going to remember his question. He's going to pose it again, and then and then we'll talk about it. All right, stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting from the KPEL studios, also broadcasting on Rumble. Go check us out at rumble.com if you haven't already. We'd love to see you over there. I don't know if the chat is rocking or not because it's not live today, but we are recording from the same day, October 29th. It's 1:30 right now. So, all righty then, let's do it. So, you had a question before the break that I literally forgot.
Well, I was asking you why or if the White House has some sort of like an oversight inspection type, inspector general type that goes in just like Congress would or any other department. I know that the departments, the respective cabinet departments, have that, and they do fall under the administration. I'm talking about the White House, the executive office.
To my knowledge, not nearly what you're used to at the local level. As it should be. The President of the United States is the President of the United States. The Constitution really tells the federal government only to do two things: keep us safe and get the economy roaring. The only way you get the economy roaring, as history has shown us, is when we get the federal government out the way. All right? So the reason why it's a little confusing is because we have gone so far away from the founder's intent that it creates these little situations like we're talking about. The President of the United States has to and is designed to manage, the day-to-day from a big picture, but really to keep us safe, protect our borders, get our military squared away, all these things, and allow our commerce to roll robustly. Right now, we have a president that is doing both, keeping us safe and focusing on the economy. That's great. That's wonderful. In order to do the first one, you have to have strong presence around the world. And sometimes you don't deal with little cupcakes, okay? Now, I'm not saying that the President of the United States has a green light to go break the law. Neither did the Supreme Court necessarily. They gave him what I call qualified immunity plus. If he's acting in his capacity as the President of the United States, the Supreme Court has given him, has interpreted the Constitution to allow the President of the United States to be immune legally from any acts. So that in and of itself makes that office, that specific office, very unique. Very unique. It's not a mayor. It's not a governor. But there is oversight. I don't know the ins and outs. We've invited the speaker to come on. He's more than welcome to.
We'll get him.
No, but I don't think the White House runs unchecked. And by design, and hey, what are we talking about? Why are we guessing? If the people that are designed to oversee them is Congress, if they need checks and balances, like you said, you want an inspector general or whatever, then write law.
You bring me back to my original point.
Yeah.
It was never about an inspector. It was about Congress, do your job!
Yeah. Right. If you want, so we took the long route to get there, but I'm glad we took the long route.
I wanted people to understand how painfully dumb it is.
But I'm glad we took the long route for that.
That was my point.
Yeah, but we landed here. And Congress, you should do your job. If this is a problem, I don't see a problem right now. I mean, I think the president's doing what he needs to be doing.
Well, the Autopen thing is a problem.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
You wanted checks and balances for that. Okay, ban the president from doing it. Okay, well, now there's definitely going to be a lawsuit. Supreme Court's going to figure that one out.
Like, if you think the president's not capable of doing his job, look into it.
Impeach him.
You had 4 years.
Well, impeach would be
4 years to launch it. You investigate everything. Congress investigates literally an ant fart in the woods that upsets anyone. Investigate it. They should have launched a probe into whether or not the president was mentally capable of being the president. That's what you have, that power.
Can one chamber do it unilaterally?
I would imagine
no, I know
you do
a committee
like
can.
a committee,
Yeah.
or you might do like a dual chamber committee. I think you can do like a combined committee.
I don't know. It's
a
their
select committee.
Hey, it's their rules.
Yeah,
they can make whatever they want.
Yeah.
Nowhere in the Constitution does it say committee or subcommittee. That's kind of no. I mean, you got to have order. You got to have structure.
Does it say in the Constitution that the Congress should write rules to govern itself?
It's design. That's matter of fact. You mentioned the word rule. And that's actually a thing. In the executive branch, thank you. In the executive branch, they create, through administrative law, they create administrative rules, which has the effect of a statute. Now, that's not in the Constitution.
We're just doing a whole bunch of unconstitutional stuff.
But it depends on how you look at it. So Congress has given the president, they delegated that authority, that legislative function, And they said it's okay. The Supreme Court, I can't remember the case, has ruled the Constitution held that was all right. You just can't, they put some rules on it, though. They put some limits. You can't delegate everything.
Can't be crazy.
Yeah. You can't,
Oh, if we could, I would.
I mean, it pretty much said, the courts pretty much said you can't give all your authority away. Well, I mean, sure as heck giving a lot of it. But Congress, you giveth away, you can taketh back. That's why these my fellow Republicans, guys, you don't like bureaucracy? Great. Me neither. You know who can trump administrative law? You know who can trump all these rules from the executive branch? You.
Just saying.
If you don't like bureaucracy, it's very easy. Write legislation that says the agency can't do this or must do that or limit its budget or limit its manning tables. Do what you got to do to get all the stuff in check. The problem is, it's not that you can't do it. It's that you don't want to do it.
Now, what can you do?
Beg. Well, you pretty please just do what you said you were going to do.
You ready to go to Texas?
Texas right now?
Yeah.
Our story?
Yeah.
Oh, man, this is great.
This ain't Texas.
Where's Bay? What's Bay up to?
Bay, laying low.
She has been.
Laying low.
All right, so the Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, that's with an X, all right?
With X.
He has filed a major lawsuit against Kenvue. Am I saying that right? Let's go with it. Kenvue. Kenvue. And Johnson & Johnson.
Kenvue, that's right.
Right. Kenvue and Johnson & Johnson. So J&J. And the Texas AG is claiming that Tylenol, that's one of America's, you can argue, is one of America's most trusted pain relievers.
It is probably the most used, acetaminophen at least, is probably the most used pill in the world.
It's up there, I would imagine, huh? I mean, I would imagine that'd be up there. But now it's saying, the Texas AG is saying that it may be linked to higher rates of autism when used during pregnancy.
Well, just clarify.
I'm just telling you.
Texas AG's not saying that. RFK and the Department of Health, he's just trying to make some changes because of that.
Yeah, well, but you're right. My notes are wrong. And it's the main ingredients what he's focused on, not necessarily Tylenol, but So, but he's saying it posed potential risk to unborn children, but kept marketing it as the safe choice for expectant mothers. So we'll dive more into how many more minutes we got?
You got 45 seconds.
All right. So when we get back, we're going to talk about a little lawsuit, okay? It was filed earlier this week, I believe Monday. But yeah, it talks about science. It talks about, like you said, RFK's position, which a lot of folks, man, are questioning. I don't know. I think right now we're in a situation where we're just all trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure it out because COVID did a little number on us, okay?
Gotta stop suing people, man.
Yeah. But I mean, really though, man, I'm telling you, since COVID though, the poor medical community, who really probably are just doing their job trying to help folks and trying to keep up with the best data that they can. And now it's like they're batting 50% with trust because of the politics.
Yeah.
When you put politics in medicine, that's what happens. All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We're broadcasting from the KPEL studios. We're also on Rumble. Go check us out on Rumble. Pre-record today, but it's on the same day, just right before the show, if you think about it. Hey, Jamie, will you hand me some Tylenol?
No, man.
Oh, I'm not pregnant.
I'm trying to give you the tism.
Oh.
Listen, we got to be real careful with these types of lawsuits. I have to bring it back to, was it Chevron or the lawsuit in Plaquemine Parish?
Okay.
Going like 40 years ago, when they were doing all this work down there, everyone was on board. Everyone thought
government
it was the
was on
greatest
board.
They probably didn't have the knowledge, the experience to know what the effects of some of what they were doing were because they just didn't know back then. Hindsight's 20/20. Tylenol, you're going to come back 50, 60 years after the fact,
Maybe even longer, man.
and then say, hey, this is causing, like, no, you say, hey, this is causing this. Maybe you should change it. You can't just start suing all willy-nilly. I mean, you don't know what you don't know. And it's not, I just kind of feel like you're getting, I don't know, you're punishing someone for doing something that they had no possible way of knowing could have been done.
Very fair. Very fair. Let's dive into it a little bit. Let's see. Let me tell you a little bit about the lawsuit, okay? Because that's a fair point. But when you're not getting the relief that you want or that you're entitled to, that the people need, that's when the courts come in. You talked about oversight earlier.
But it's not even a definitive link at this point.
Well, then it'll be dismissed. Yeah. And then that goes into just because you can doesn't mean you should. And if that is the case, and it's frivolous what you're saying, not based on good stuff, good facts, science in this case, then it'll be dismissed. But the AG is an elected official representing all the folks in Texas,
yeah,
a big state. So just the message that it gives, and perhaps it's more divisive. But I'm not there yet. I'm not with you on that just yet. But I'm open to what you're saying because I think there has been too many attorneys general using their state's resources, their tax dollars, to go fight these political battles in the courts. I think that a lot of them are warranted and needed. We had to fight against Roe versus Wade. We had to fight against a lot of things. But some things are just best argued in the political sphere, not the courts, not the judiciary. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just, I don't know. I feel like a lot of these AGs go for these flashy cases, which all they end up doing is wasting a lot of taxpayer money. Mm-hmm. Tylenol has probably brought more good to the world than it has bad. I'm not a big fan. I'm not trying to just defend Tylenol. I'm just saying we keep doing this, and it's just money grabs. Like it makes lawyers richer. It makes these special interest groups richer. It doesn't really benefit the patients because when these class action lawsuits come out, what are they each going to get? Like $3, $4, $30, $40 at the most? Like it's just
not the lawyers.
It's not feasible. And we do a lot of this to make money for lawyers, kind of like these meta lawsuits that they just had. Oh, I'm going to get like $40 back. Well, thanks. You know how many millions of dollars these lawyers are getting? That's all it's for. It's just to make these lawyers richer.
Well,
no offense.
No. Let's dive into it. So
we got 2 minutes.
All right. So the lawsuit accused basically both companies, that's Kim Vu and Johnson & Johnson, of hiding some scientific data. Okay, think about what they're saying. Hiding some scientific data and misleading millions of women through deceptive advertising. That's their claim. They have a right to bring that claim.
Yeah.
And this is the Texas Attorney General. I bet you there's a lot of women, a lot of pregnant women in Texas. So look, he has every right to do it. What's his other recourse? What other recourse would you want him to do?
Well, I again look to the medical community. Something that's often said is...
Listen, let's assume he's done all that and he believes the things in his...
what he has to do.
Yeah, because there's no other source. There's no... This is one where I feel like the AG, while it could be political, I mean, look, I'm also speaking as a lawyer in all fairness. I know that the process weeds out the BS. And I know as an officer of the court, I take it very, personal to make sure that I don't file anything that's frivolous. And I would say most attorneys would do the same. And I say that. I think an attorney general would be even held to a higher standard. And there's a lot of assistant attorneys general in those offices. So I really believe that this AG, Mr. Paxton, has a genuine concern. You're talking about the merits. To let the process play out. Let the experts testify. Let the experts bring data. I actually like this because this will be the most transparent answers you're going to get because it's all public record, which is much better than when you deal with the government.
Yeah.
Even though it's the government doing it. The government suing the government.
Yeah.
Man, what's up with that?
I don't know.
Only in America.
We got to take a break.
Yeah. We'll be right back. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to hour number 2 of the Josh Guillory Show. We're broadcasting on KPEL. We're broadcasting on Rumble. And shout out to our KLFY Plus viewing audience. So, certainly appreciate everybody. We're going to move on to talk about the Whitehouse a lot and Bill Maher. But, hey, man, I have a question for you, though.
What?
We were talking about Tylenol. We were talking about Johnson & Johnson. Johnson & Johnson's a big company. You know that?
Mm-hmm.
Man, it must be confusing, though. Like, when they say Mr. Johnson, like, which one are they talking?
Man, you are the cheesiest. Daggone.
What about when they started?
Man, I wish we could open
Mr.
phones
Johnson.
I don't want to be the only one bashing you for this goofiness, but golly.
I only bring this out when we're recording.
And then I'm all alone.
Hey, man, if you don't laugh, you're going to cry.
You're right. You're right.
Come on.
You're right.
All these silliness going on. It's so silly. So silly. All right, guys. Hey, the government's still shut down.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. I'm
After
looking at
13 tries.
Yeah. Can't say we're not trying.
Even CNN starting to buckle. Even CNN starting to harp on the Democrats. No,
Really?
it's your fault. Jake Tapper.
Yeah. Whoa. Man, when you get Jake Tap, when you got the Tap Man.
Our digital producer, Quentin, sent me a link to an X post where they are like, man, they lost CNN. It's over.
Whoa.
I don't think they lost CNN yet.
Man, it's hard. That's a hard one. That's why Republicans, we don't need to be giving them any wins right now because what they're doing is so bad. and politically, it's horrible. They are flipping the bird to the people that they say they're for. I mean, it's totally. And not only that, congressional Democrats, specifically Democrats, the Senate, okay, the Democrats in the Senate, led by your boy Chuck Schumer, They're choosing.
Oh, boy.
I just let that in.
I got to stop letting you slide with that. Man, that
I
ain't
like
my
when
boy.
you're paying attention to the monitors. It's wonderful.
Schmuck.
Yeah, can't get them working. But what's worse is that they're choosing to provide resources, if it was up to them, to help non-Americans versus Americans. That is a fact. That is a fact. Why? I mean, who do you
think you are?
Who do you think you are?
Who do you think you are?
Let's go to Bill Maher. All right, so, and it is Maher, like Mars.
Bill Maher.
Bill Maher. Now, I went in there with Maher, and you were like, Mars without the S.
No, you were saying Myers.
Oh.
Back in the day.
So it's Maher.
You're good. Bill Maher.
Maher.
I just say Bill Maher.
Yeah, kind of like Bill Maher.
Bill Maher.
All right, so Bill Maher, HBO Friday, I think 9 p.m. Central Time.
Friday? I thought it was Saturday.
Friday.
Oh, okay.
Well, he's sounding off again. Hey, look, he's a reasonable Democrat. He's one of those liberals. Okay, I can live with that. I mean, I don't agree with some policies, obviously. He doesn't agree with my policies a lot of times. But he was one of the only Democrats that had a voice, like a platform, that called out and said radical Islamic terrorists in the time. And that was a big deal. I think that was like maybe 10 years, 5 to 10 years ago.
Yeah, maybe a little
longer.
During with like ISIS and all that. He also doesn't necessarily call himself a Democrat. He refers to himself as a liberal.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
He doesn't want to be tied to those progressives.
Yeah, and he fights against woke. So I can handle that. I mean, I really can.
Any day.
And most folks can. That's why I say, man, just give me liberal classic.
I don't mind it.
And where I get that classic from is what Bill Maher says about Republicans. Republican classic. Although he had a great visit at the White House with his boy Trump. Sorry, so he's kind of sounding off over President Trump's renovation of the White House. This is big to you, too. You think he's ruining it.
No, not at all. Why would you say that? Always putting words in my mouth now. Look, I don't think he's ruining it. I think that in comparison to other state houses that I've seen and been to, it's tiny. It's small. It wasn't.
The White House.
Yeah, I mean the original White House was built for the Adamses, and
yeah, right.
It was just the house there in the middle of nothing, middle of the swamp.
Yep.
Yeah. So to say that it might be nice to be able to have events with foreign dignitaries,
again, it's the it's the president. This dude has to compete on the world stage with these state dinners and stuff. Like, I'm telling you, some of this stuff that is silly to you and me and to most people, some of these world leaders, it's almost disrespectful if you don't. It's almost a slap in the face if you don't. I mean, we're the United States of America. That's what they would think. You're the United States of America. They don't see elected president. They see the head of state speaking for every American because that's what they know.
Yeah.
A lot of these countries. Like this whole democracy. Wait, people can disagree with me and live? Really? Wow.
And then you see in the movies where they portray the White House and they have these events and it's like a big old ballroom and all. They don't have that.
Oh.
Need some water?
Yeah.
Well, we're coming up on a break in
all
about
right. Sorry, guys.
4 minutes.
If my voice comes across weird. It's his fault, and I'm kidding.
But back to what I was saying, it's portrayed, the White House is portrayed as this large, grandiose building. It's not. It's not really big at all.
I mean, they've added on. So the East Wing, for example, is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And I think probably a lot of folks, if you go on social media, I'm sure you can see it. My understanding, it's just a portion of the East Wing. It's not even the whole. He doesn't tear down the whole East Wing.
He started with a portion. He tore down most of the whole East Wing. But it's not like it was a big, important wing other than what's under it, the POX under it. Yeah. But the First Lady's office, I'm not saying the First Lady's not important, but the First Lady's offices and whatnot
She's not going anywhere.
And they're going to just relocate them in the new building.
In the East Wing.
And I'm sure she'd be glad to have a ballroom to host.
Hey, guess what? Well, we're going to talk about some fun facts about the White House later, but let's keep going on this. So on his HBO show, Real Time, Meyer said the symbolism behind Trump's new ballroom means he's not leaving, claiming that anyone who builds a 90,000 square foot ballroom must plan to stay put. I guess that's the same theory on the plane. Look, in Bill Meyer's defense, he's been saying that forever. He said that the first term. He said that even after Biden won, that he wasn't going to leave. And
I think they do that just to keep folks on their toes, just to get them, remind them.
I didn't see the show. I don't know if he was joking this time because look, he's been pretty consistent. And when he met with the president, credit to both gentlemen, they both walked away with joked about it. I think Trump signed a lot of, Bill Meyer made a shirt or something of every joke, or I don't know, he printed out like every Trump joke and Trump signed it.
He's a pretty good sport. I mean, he even said the other day, he's like, well, I like Bill Clinton. Like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, oh no. But like, I've always liked Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
I've always liked Bill.
I'm not a big fan of his
Hillary, I don't know.
But no, he's not staying, because if that were the case, then why did they build the White House in the first place? I mean, when they added the West Wing, that president wasn't planning on staying. No, he's just trying to leave his mark.
Yeah.
What I don't like is his plan for the 250th anniversary of the birthday of America. Mm-hmm. He wants to do this arch, like the Arc de Triomphe type thing, but it's got like a big eagle on top, and it just reminds me a little too much of Germany. And personally, I don't like it.
Is that an eagle? Is that an eagle on the little Nazi thing?
It's a big bird.
I know. I really don't know I wish we had our phones. I know we would get that answer. I don't know that answer.
I just looking at
I'm not a Nazi expert.
Yeah, but I don't like the imagery. It doesn't have a good look.
You don't like that? They little too maybe feeding into the Hitler thing.
Look, I know the guy's not Hitler. He's not a fascist, but
not even close.
This doesn't help.
Just saying the optics.
The optics are bad.
Man, doesn't bother me. This is what I would say. Wherever he's doing, do it bigger. Although I have a feeling I might not say that once I see it. No, I have a feeling he's probably going big.
Ready for a break?
Let's take a little break. I'm going to go get some water. Be right back. All right, guys, stick around. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting from the KPEL studios, also broadcasting on rumble.com. We certainly appreciate you guys. We are recording same day, October 29th. Just had to pre-record. I got my day job. I got to go back to it. It happens. So we're talking about Bill Maher, talking about President Trump's East Wing renovation of the White House. The house that the president lives in. But he was
gonna have big parties.
He was sparring. Yeah. He was sparring with former RNC chairman Michael Steele, gone Democrat, basically. Wow.
MSDNC with this dude.
Part of the Republican problem that we are trying to purge ourselves with these rhinos is from people like him. Mm-hmm. Jeez. So, am I reading this right? Michael Steele was arguing that the White House isn't just a building, but a national symbol.
Oh.
Yeah, because I am reading that right.
Heritage.
Yeah.
They said he's chipping away at our culture, all the things.
So look, Meyer disagreed. This is the liberal, disagreed with him. Disagreed with the former Republican National Committee chairman, saying that presidents have always changed the property. So I thought, let me look up some stuff on the White House.
Talking about the White House?
Man, I'm talking about the White House.
Oh, it's a building, Josh.
Yes, it's a historic building.
That's what Meyer said to Steele. He said, it's a building, Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
Get over it.
It's true, man. All right, so since, they're all worked up over there again, let's see it. All right. Now, that big old white mansion, let's talk about it. 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. It's always been changing. Constantly, you alluded to that earlier. Every president leaves a mark, and the history behind it is one of the most interesting little tales that we have in American history. So, let's start in the beginning. First president that occupied it, you said it earlier.
John Adams.
So even old President Washington didn't get to hang out in it. That's all right. That's all right, though.
Like a few presidents down the road didn't either, but you'll get that.
Oh, yeah. If we can, I don't know. So he was the first president to live there in 1800. He moved in before it was even finished. That must have been something. He said the walls were still damp. Okay.
Like you got a moisture problem.
And, there was no HVACs, and there was no running water. No running water, of course, 1800. So imagine being the first lady trying to host a dinner in a half-built mansion, kind of like in a swamp. Got some skiers probably. I don't know what time of the year that they've moved in, but that must have been interesting, huh? I promise we're a real country.
The weather there is not dissimilar than the weather here. Maybe not as humid, not as much humidity, but it's still I live there. It's still comparable, and it still gets humid, and there's still mosquitoes. Lots of bugs.
It was hot that time we were sprinting across in them suits.
Don't remind me, man. It was rough. It's before COVID took my hips. I was hurt.
You did good, bud. Hey, you did good, man. All right. John Adams wrote something powerful to his wife, though. He said, "May none but honest and wise men ever rule under this roof."
Oh, no women.
What? They couldn't even vote then, man.
I know. I'm just messing.
And that's actually carved into the mantel in the state dining room to this day.
Pretty
interesting.
It is interesting. When AI gets more advanced, I'd be curious to have it just go based all the historical text and biographies and stuff, represent the former presidents, of the past.
Yeah.
Commenting on their thoughts or what AI thinks their thoughts are on the presidents of now.
Whoa,
that would be interesting.
Wow, that would
train
be.
the AI based on all of their past writings, all of everything reported about them, because there's volumes of info out there. Ingest everything from their libraries, and then let AI.
They would be talking about what Trump's doing.
Yeah. Or Biden or Obama.
Or the government as a whole.
But let AI kind of formulate
I think
what they would be
every
like.
president up to FDR is going to probably say, wait a minute here. What are all these federal employees doing? Wait. And
This place is so big.
the first couple will probably be like, what is a federal employee? What's an agency?
Why is this house so big? Why do you need this ballroom? Just
Where's the engines? Can I not say that?
the way. Oh, come on now. No, shouldn't say that. Shouldn't say.
That's what they would say, not me. I would say, where are the Native
Where
Americans?
are the redcoats?
Oh, hey! No, I mean, depends. Madison would surely ask where the redcoats are.
You know who would have really appreciated
What?
that ballroom?
Who?
Is Mary Todd Lincoln. This woman was a nightmare. For those of you who don't know about Mary Todd Lincoln, a horrific, like, if you think your wife was bad,
Dang.
I promise you, she pales in comparison to Mary Todd.
Ooh.
She
Talking ill about the
no,
dead.
listen. No, it's been well documented. She was
It's documented.
like Abraham
No, I
Lincoln
get
was
it.
miserable.
No, I've.
And she was never happy. Never, ever, ever happy. Nothing could make this woman
Can't
content.
make her happy.
Nope. Not even this
Can't
ballroom
make
would
her
have made her
happy.
content.
I became a lawyer. I got out of this log cabin.
Became
I'm the
president?
president of the United States. Can't make this lady happy.
No, but he never loved her. He always loved Ann Rutledge.
Gee, that's why they called you the Test News. That's why they called you the Test News growing up.
Yeah.
You just spread the love of his life.
Ann Rutledge.
But you read a good book on it.
Yeah. Almost done with it.
Oh, that's good. He's a fascinating guy. So TJ Thomas Jefferson, he's a pretty cool guy. He made the place actually livable. He added some. I mean, I'm joking, but he added terraces. He added gardens. He even built the famous colonnades on each side. That was all Jefferson. You see the Jeffersonian touch on it still to this day. But he loved entertaining. He probably would like the ballroom.
Well, Monticello, his estate in Virginia, because he's a tobacco. He had tobacco farms and stuff, and a beautiful estate, and very not entirely different than the White House as far as like the grandiosity of it. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Built on top of a hill or a mountain.
It's a hill.
Hill. Whew. Well, probably mountain to us. In Louisiana, it's probably like, whoa!
Well, I drove past it. It ain't that high.
No? All right, okay.
Like Mount Vernon's not really a mount. There's nothing really that tall about it at all. It's just
in
on
a bowl.
the banks of the
It's in a
river.
depression.
Yeah, well, no, Mount Vernon's beautiful. If you haven't been there, you need to go check that out.
Now, Jefferson loved entertaining, but Jefferson was an interesting character, like, and these first couple, maybe not Adams, but Washington and Jefferson, and I say maybe not Adams, I don't think Adams, but definitely Washington and Jefferson kind of paused a little bit to make like they understood their presence, and they were trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, there was Washington that came up, just call me Mr. President. Something like that. But
they were
Washington
more focused on governing than they were about a house.
They were, but they were very, very cautious to not appear to be a king. It was very important. These guys were they were in the Revolution. Jefferson was a governor. He went in the military, but they lived through that. So Jefferson, for example, he would greet visitors himself, and it was like anybody could roll up in there, robe and slippers. It would offend some folks, but they're just trying to figure it out.
Which one of them had the giant wheel of cheese?
I don't know.
Was it Lincoln? But they would bring in a big wheel of cheese, and the one day out of the year, callers would come, and they would give them a piece of the cheese, and that would be their day to come and give their gripes or ask the president whatever issues they wanted to bring up.
I would love that.
I learned that from the West Wing.
Man, okay, all right. But man, I would love that. Can you imagine, man, if you'd be the president, you could carve out like 2 hours, maybe once every 6 months. I mean, you're busy, man. You're busy.
I don't think they do that anymore.
No, but you could screen. Man, let me tell you, I would love to hear from the folks. Just to hear the perspective. You know,
Well,
hey,
we
man,
used to do the town halls and stuff until they got weird.
Until they got silly. Till they got political.
You ready to go to break?
So dumb. All right, guys. Yes, stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. All right, we're broadcasting from K-Pel Studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. We're also broadcasting on Rumble. Go check us out at rumble.com. Give us a little follow. See a whole bunch of stuff, but you can see the stuff without following too. Yeah. But it helps us. Go check us out. All right, guys. So before we go to the White House, a little bit more. No way I can get through all my notes here, but there are some interesting facts here. I just, but we do have some other topics that we can talk about real quick, though. So Speaker Johnson, he's come out public. Correct me if I'm wrong. He's come out publicly and has said, "Look, I've talked to the president. All this third term thing. He's just joking."
Yeah, it was an article on CNN. He says yesterday, that he spoke with Donald Trump about the possibility of the president seeking a third term, but sees no path for it, obviously.
The constitutional law attorney sees no path to it because there is no path to it.
Yeah, and he added that...
although we discussed a possible path.
And Joe said, that's cute. That's real cute.
Yeah.
But he said any changes to the Constitution, it would take so long to be well after he left office anyway.
Yeah.
So unless they did it to where, you could run again, he would have to probably sit out 4 years, which, again, his age. And then there's a 22nd Amendment that he brought up. So I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, I think that's the eligibility thing. Mm-hmm. Could be wrong. Yeah, that's interesting, though. I mean, look, we were being fun the other day, but it wasn't the vice president path that I suggested. So if the Constitution is interpreted, I just don't recall the provision. If it says, I know it says you can't do more than 10 years. So that's why the whole, if you become president, if it's in the first half, then that's going to be considered a term. If it's in the second half, it's not. So I could, again, we're talking about questions of law that have not been determined. They have not been determined because they've never been brought because no one's tried it.
He's sure testing all of them.
No one's tried it. Yeah, we're testing them, all right. So I would imagine, because we don't know, but I would imagine that the courts would likely rule that you can't run as vice president because I just think that they would say you're not eligible, okay? But hear me out. I think most people would live with that, okay? Because then because there's no guarantee you would get out to 1 year, 364 days or sooner. However, you don't have to be in Congress to be the speaker, right?
Correct.
So, speaker's third in line, second behind the president.
Correct.
All right. So, in a grand theory of conspiracies, hypothetical, perhaps 2 years and 1 day into the term and it's all like, they all agree. The president and the vice president, they agree. They're really there for Trump. He's calling the shots, man. and they're gonna both resign 2 years, 1 day. He wouldn't violate the 10. Think about it. He would not be running for a third term, and he would not be violating the 10-year rule. I'm just throwing that out there. The likelihood of that happening is slim to none.
That's goofy.
I'm just saying.
I don't see that
ever
happening because who in their right mind would ascend to the presidency and just step down so that
Marjorie Taylor Greene before the wall,
before she became a Democrat.
Yeah, before she kind of went. Why do you say she's a Democrat?
Because
she wants to keep the subsidies.
Bashing the party nonstop for the last few weeks. She is hell bent on I think helping the Dems.
Yeah, she's got to be careful in that. That's me, man. She's got to be careful. Because of the position she has. You're not gonna. I don't know how much influence you're gonna have to be able to affect the outcome. I'm not saying compromise on your values. I'll never say that. But again, it goes back to just because you can doesn't mean you should. And I think her frustration is what we talked about yesterday. We've been talking about repealing and replacing Obamacare for how long? And this is the second time that we've had the House, the Senate, and the presidency, and it happens to be the same president.
2014, I think, because we had a majority in that.
Yeah, but the 2016, no. So Trump's first term, first half, and then Trump's second term, first half. So we failed back then. We couldn't get it past. You had a president that ran on it, and he would, and it's not his fault. He can't write law. He would if you'd let him. He would. He's, I'm just telling you, he just wants to win.
All we do is win, no matter what.
He don't care about process. He don't care about none of that. He just wants to win. So, man, all this is kind of fun to talk about. Because it ain't
gonna happen.
Happening.
And if it does happen, I think the country is in a far worse place than anyone could have ever imagined.
Why? Hold on, no. Okay, wait. Let me backtrack. Yes, I agree with you. Other than I think I may have discovered a legal path. It's probably never going to be presented to the court. It's probably never going to happen.
I bet it was a good idea when Putin first did it too.
No. Well, he would be barred at this point, because I'm just saying, if this question is if it, and I don't recall the exact provision. I guess I could have looked it up in the break. I'm sorry. But if it is just a 10-year thing, remember, there's two questions there. Can you run for a third term as a vice president, and then the president resign, you be president? I think the courts would shoot that down.
So we do not have enough trust in the next group of people to is Trump the only one who can lead the country?
That's not what we're asking. Of course not. None of this is going to happen.
All these people who cry about term limits and then want to put Trump in there for an additional term, y'all can all kiss it because it's goofy.
Yeah. So none of this is going to happen.
They better.
What we're talking about, but that's the only possible legal route that I could think of. Is he's in cahoots with the president and the vice president. They name him. The Congress names him speaker. So you'd have to have a majority in the House. You'd have to have you'd have to have a president and vice president that would go along with that plan.
Well, and understand that you would be throwing away your political career because you're going to go through and get all this money, all these donations, all the billions is what they're spending now on these campaigns, all of that, and then you're going to step down after two. I would be livid. I would be livid because everybody was harping about.
What if they did the open? This is what we're doing.
Because Kamala. She never won never was in an election, never won a primary.
Woo!
Yeah. So you want to put an unelected person in the presidency? Get out of here with that.
Ford wasn't elected,
and he did not. And he did his thing, and he got out. Right? Did he not?
He did.
I'm just saying.
Well, he did his thing, and he got out of court. Yeah. Woo!
He did what he was.
Guys, none of this is going to happen. None of this is going to happen. But what'd you say?
He did what he was constitutionally required to do, which is serve out the remainder. And he had the option to run again. He didn't.
No, he lost to Carter.
I thought he decided not to run.
No. He
I'm
that
confusing
was
that
Johnson.
with someone. Johnson. That's right.
And
That's right, he lost.
Yeah, but remember, President Ford had a little issue on a debate about Eastern Europe.
That's right.
There's no Soviet presence in Eastern Europe. Excuse me?
Word?
Excuse me?
You've been to Eastern Germany?
Jimmy Carter jumped on that one. Oh, you gave me a signal. I can't hear anything.
It's time to go.
Oh, man, come on. We had so much fun.
We did.
All right, guys. Well, look, I enjoyed the time. I can't wait to be back with everybody live. Be careful out there. May God bless you, and be kind.